Hey guys, Adam from Equipped to Endure. Well, this is actually going to be a little bit of camping out with your canine video and maybe some canine training mixed together. I got a great question here recently about what I do with Ace when I go out camping with him on overnight trail hikes. Well, most of the time I have my hammock, and I'm really fond of using a hammock. Easy to set up, you don't have to lay on the ground and everything, and if you get it tight enough, it's not that much trouble on your back. But it's funny enough that you can see I got a sleeping bag here. This is just a mummy style sleeping bag. The other night I was doing a camping trip with my daughter, trying to get her into camping. We were just camping in the backyard, so I pulled out the sleeping bag, which I don't usually use, and the following night I came out here and laid next to the fire on the sleeping bag with Ace, and we'll just give you guys a quick example of what I had to deal with. Ace already knows what's going to happen, so we're just going to lay down here, take a little break, and what happens? Oh, we get bum rushed by Puppy. And Puppy wants to roll all around with us. Come here, buddy. Platz. And so you guys can imagine that this might not be something you look forward to when you're ready to lay down and go to sleep. Now I can get Ace to lay down here like this, and something else we keep in consideration. We just woke up, so he is full of energy today, and we haven't had a chance to burn out some of that puppy energy. And of course, we probably have a lot more tired Puppy after a day hike on the trail. So keep those variables in mind, but I thought this would be a great opportunity to do some training with Ace, get him used to seeing the sleeping bag. One thing I suggested, if you guys are going to take your dog camping, introduce them to the equipment that you're going to be around, be it the hammock, the sleeping bag, or anything else. I do have a large hammock, and when Ace was a puppy, he used to jump on that hammock with me. So if I'm in my hammock, that's something I do not want him to do. So I made sure that I let him know that, hey, this is not for you to jump on. Dogs are contextual learners. They will learn when something is or is not appropriate. And just give you guys, for example, when I wear my uniform and I come home, Ace has been conditioned to actually sit in the living room and wait for me until I take my uniform off, because I don't want him to come up and put dog slobber all over it and hair all over it. So when he sees me in the uniform, he actually doesn't greet me at the door. He actually walks over to the living room, lays down, or the family room I should say, lays down and waits for me to take my uniform on before he approaches me. And just for me teaching him how to do that, staying by the door, telling him to go and lay down on the carpet, and ingraining that patience with him, he picked it up like that, and it's no longer an issue. Okay, so let's do a couple tests. Ace, Fuß. Fuß. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay the sleeping bag down here, and I'm going to make sure that he doesn't walk on it. I don't want him getting into the habit of walking all over my sleeping bag. Here, he does have claws, so we're going to walk around it. Fuß. And if I see him walk on it, I'm going to correct him. Fuß. Fuß. Platz. Fuß. There we go. There, we're getting it. Come on, buddy. Fuß. There we go. That's good. Good boy. All right. So we would keep on practicing this for a little bit, and Ace is a pretty quick learner, so hopefully, come here, buddy. Look, he's running over there in the shade. He's too hot in the sun right now. Come here, buddy. Fuß. Ace. Platz. Good boy. So now we're gonna have him Platz right there. Now, one thing I would also keep you guys in mind is have some kind of other collar other than a pinch collar or choke chain, whatever you guys are using. Actually, a harness would be great in this situation. To have him tied up to something when you guys are going to sleep. If you're using a hammock, you can tie him to the same tree you're using for the hammock, but we don't want him just to have free range at night. Now, Ace is really good about keeping, within 10 feet of me. But one thing we don't want to take a chance of him, smelling some wild game and start chasing something. Platz. that would be that would be a huge thing to have to deal with. We don't want them running off or anything like that. So, all right, we got Ace here. So one thing I just kind of would do is make sure that, you know, if he sees you sleeping laying on the sleeping bag, you want to get him nice and calm. You know, they're going to be a little bit more tired too once it's time to go to bed. So that's something to keep in consideration as well. All right, buddy. I know, Platts. Okay, let me just adjust the camera and we'll be right back. Okay, so let's try this experiment. Ace, here. Platts. All right, now Ace does have his e-collar on right now, so I'd have to say to do this, I'd suggest you have your dog at least e-collar trained. Now I'm gonna sit here and try to crawl into bed. No. Platts. So I gave him a little stimulation. Platts. There we go. So at this point I definitely have the dog tied up to something. Ace. Platts. Good boy, good Platts. I definitely have him tied up to something now. I'll tell you right now, if he's gonna get cold, he's gonna naturally try to cuddle up with you. And so hopefully he's not on top of you. Small dogs will make this better. But just get him used to this. Get him used to you rolling around, you know, simulating what you do. Platts. Oh, here it is. Now I do want to show you guys something funny. And hopefully he won't unplug my mic when I try to do this. The other night he was trying to crawl in here with me. He's being a pistol today. Ace here. Platts. There we go. I understand blankets. Ouse. No, we don't want the stick in the bed. Hey. Ouse. Puss. No. I got stick on my chest. He wants me to play. Platts. All the way. Good boy. Now have some kind of harness or back tie at this point would be pretty cool. But he's actually doing pretty good. We're not getting him jumping and rolling all over me, so I'm able to lay here. You know, remember, if you give them any attention like this, they're going to want some more. So just be careful when you initiate some affection, because dogs naturally like to roll on top of each other and, you know, lick each other on the face and other stuff. But he's being really well behaved right now. So to answer the question, you know, this might be a cool little drill for you guys to try out. You want the stick? Good boy. Where'd it go? Go get it. Search. He didn't see me throw it. I think the most important thing is to make sure you introduce them to the gear, let them get used to it. You know, of course, when he's tired and he's ready to get to bed, he's going to plop down and not going to move that much. Taking him outside in the backyard like this, let him see the sleeping bag. A lot of these sleeping bags are very susceptible to tears and rips, so you got to watch out for the claws. So very early on, you want to introduce this is not something for them to be walking on. This belongs to you. It is not their sleeping pad. So make sure you ingrain that into them very early on, and hopefully not have the chance of them destroying it when you're out on the field. So Ace is doing pretty good right now, even though he is a bundle of energy and we haven't had our morning walk or our morning training session. So just a quick idea, but you know what? That's also a good way to test it out, because now that he's all wound up and riled up and whatnot, if he's doing this well at that stage when he's tired and after a long day on the trail, he's gonna be much better. So again, just for recap, you definitely want to have some kind of leash or something, tie them down to something. One thing I would not suggest is wrapping the leash around yourself. You know, if they move in the night, you don't want them to accidentally wrap it around your neck because you're not paying attention. Some people move around a lot in their sleep, so I wouldn't you know, attach a leash onto your person. They might see something to yank that could cause injury, so you want them to tie down to something, you know, something solid. One thing you don't want them to have is any kind of pinch or choke collar when they're not being attended to. So get some kind of harness or some kind of regular collar that you can tie them up to. You don't want them to, you know, try to run off after some animal and injure themselves in the night. But you definitely want to keep them, you know, tied down or something when you guys go to sleep. I always carry extra leashes with me with Ace. I have some extra 6-foot leather leash, and I also always bring a 30-foot long lead with him as well. So just make sure you have the proper equipment when you guys take your dog out on the trail. One other thing to keep in consideration, if you guys are car camping, it's not a bad idea to bring the crate. I bring Ace's crate. It does fold down. It's pretty compact, so I can put all kind of different stuff on top of it, and it's perfect for him because he recognizes that as his home. I can send him off into his crate inside the tent with us, and then I can always lock him up at night so he's not moving around inside the tent. And so it makes it easier if we're going out and car camping or anything like that. Well, hey guys, I hope that helped you out. This is Adam from Equipped to Endure. You guys can reach me at adam@equippedtoendure.com. If you have any dog specific questions, you can reach our canine expert for the Equipped to Endure team, Robert Oliver, at robert@equippedtoendure.com. If you guys are interested in more dog training videos, we are going to be establishing a very thorough training series on equippedtoendure.com website. Equipped to Canine will be the section that's under. We're producing those videos as we speak. So if you guys want to become members on that, we'll have some great training information to help you guys train your dog, to get your canine to the level that you want out on the trail for personal protection or just a family pet. Well, hey guys, this is Adam from Equipped to Endure. You take care, be safe out there, and remember, if you're not always prepared, you're never prepared. Thanks.